Safety alert. A report from Michigan State University says 1 in 5 people are tricked into buying fake medications. Experts say buying these counterfeit meds are a serious, widespread health risk, which can contain ineffective or dangerous ingredients that cause illness, injury, or even death. When searching for medications online, it's best to consult with your doctor and to avoid fear-based warnings and advertisements.